Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 18th of April. Of course, Mars in your sign has now gone into a retrograde, so I do need to start with that. This retrograde is going to go on through to the 28th of May in your sign. Now, Mars is going to come back to you across August and September, but it's possible that something that you have been really putting a lot of energy into may hit some kind of, if not bump in the road, but you may find that your motivation for this, your drive and focus, are going to be tested. Now, a test doesn't mean to say that you're going to come up short, but with Mars continuing to square with Neptune, I think anything to do with home family issues, especially those things that you don't really want to look at, and perhaps challenge your desire to be completely free to be the individual and independent person you are, could cause some politics this week. But conversely, Saturn in your sign forges a great link with both Venus and also Uranus. Now, the angle with Venus at the start of this week is a very anchoring one, and if you're lucky enough to be getting closer to someone and it's going well, this relationship could become something more even yet. And yet the link between Venus and Uranus suggests that for a lot of Sagittarians, a degree of excitement is going to be important, not necessarily just in your love life, but certainly in your social interaction. You may find that there's going to be opportunities to play with people that you see on a pretty regular basis. So it could be people you work with or meet in very down-to-earth situations, because the sun's going to be moving on Tuesday into the part of your horoscope to do with your life organisation and to do with health, fitness, diet, and could be around these kind of areas that you do get chatting to someone new, and the spark can happen quite spontaneously, which could be quite interesting. Mercury is also in this area, and you're being encouraged to really get beneath the surface, to analyse things. Now, generally, you love the big picture. You're not quite so enamoured by details as some zodiac signs. But I think the link between Mercury and Pluto's in your sector of resources at the moment, is asking you to be much more conscious of every single step you make if you are trying to achieve a bigger plan. Because if you can do things progressively, move forwards an inch at a time, but be very aware of all those details, something bigger and better can build up for you. But the sun's relocation could also get you thinking about your work situation and see you wanting to be fulfilled. Now, for most of us, there is some element of grind in our jobs, even if we love them. But if you feel that you're doing something that isn't giving you any tangible sense of achievement, that could be something that you review over the next 4 weeks. It's also possible that you will want to think more carefully about what you eat and drink, and the nutritious side of your situation can certainly be helped. But on the back of this week's full moon on Friday, if there is something that's out of kilter in terms of your bodily system, your emotional life, or even your spiritual health, it may come under a much stronger astral gaze in the following 2 weeks. And if there is something that you've been really avoiding looking at, it may come to the surface. Don't be minded to put off any appointments of any kind. It's going to be important to be as organised as possible. And also, don't necessarily assume that everyone will fit in with what you want. There could be someone who will emerge in the next 2 weeks from Friday who's not really quite so much on your side at all, and could be quite a critical person. This person may not necessarily show their hand to you. It may be someone who works their frustration through others. So watch out for a little bit of insincerity around some of the people you may encounter. But there is a real opportunity this week to reform things, to be much more virtuous, to work harder at making sure the organisation in your world is running that much smoother. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck, and goodbye for now.